We are back with some more Panthers franchise, and we are into our early bye week here in Week 7, sitting at 6-0. With the last two seasons and the struggles we've had, the fact that we're sitting at 6-0 entering the bye week is just fantastic. Now, it gets a lot harder in the back half. Not to say we've had some easy opponents, but it gets a lot harder in the back half. The Saints beat us twice last season, just made the Super Bowl. The Patriots, we played them once this Madden, and it was a very close game. I barely won. Cowboys, we haven't played, but I believe he only has one loss right now. Then we have the Saints again. Then we have the Falcons, who have swept me last season as well, and I believe even the season before that. I have yet to beat the Falcons in a while. We have the Colts, who just won the Super Bowl, and have won two Super Bowls this Madden cycle, followed by the Jags, who I believe are first in the division with the Colts. And then you got the Texans, who are always making the playoffs, and another Falcons game. So there's a lot of very. I think the Giants made the playoffs last year. The Bucks can always have some big games. So this back half is going to be very important. As things stand, we are the number one seed. I believe the Seahawks are also 6-0. But just how tiebreakers go, I don't even know what the tiebreaker is. Common opponents maybe, we're both 6-0, so that wouldn't make sense if it was that. No idea. I am the one seed at the moment, so at least it was last week. Maybe I'm not this week. Who knows? But it's good. It's very good. The Falcons are sitting at 4-1. The Saints 3-3, and the Bucks won today or this week, so he is 2-4. With an early bye week, there's really not much to talk about. This is a pretty early bye week, so we'll just breeze through it. We're gonna do the team bonding retreat. It's all you got to get the team morale. I mean, come on. I don't care about the awareness. The team morale's got to be high, and the team morale should be sky high right now, especially with how we played the past couple seasons, and we are just playing fantastic right now. Only one injury is JC. We get him back next week, so that's great. It's a decent time to have a bye week. The stats on our team are a little weird. I mean, offensive points per game were 7, which is very good. Offensive passing yards a game, we're almost dead last. We are 31st. But I think that's more towards we're running the ball very good, and we're getting a lot of turnovers. I believe we're first in the league in turnovers, which gives me short fields, and we've been up a lot, so I don't have the need to air it out a lot. So I think that's kind of the reason as to why the pass yards are so low. Because, like I said, we've been running the ball well. We're third in rush yards per game. We are first in defensive points per game allowed, which is great. Second in defensive passing yards per game, which is fantastic. The rush yards I think I was top 10, but last game I got slammed by Jahmyr Gibbs, so obviously that took a major hit there. But we're doing good. But like I said, there's not really much to talk about. I guess we'll go over some standings and just some early stats here. So I'll show you guys the league leaders in divisions and all that fun stuff. The Seahawks did get a loss. Damn, okay, I missed that. I completely missed that. So we are the only undefeated team right now. I'm not sure who we lost to. All right, here we go. We're the only one. Fantastic. Start the AFC side. AFC North 5-1. Ravens are leading with Browns 4-2, Steelers 2-4, Bengals 2-4. The South is the Jags at 5-1, Colts 4-1, Texans are 1-5. Wow. Titans 1-5. The Texans were pretty good last year, so that one surprises me a bit. Patriots first in his division at 3-3, Dolphins 2-3, Bills 2-4, Jets 1-5. The West, the Broncos are in first at 5-1 with the Chargers 4-2, Raiders 2-4, and the Chiefs 1-5. NFC side, Bears first at 5-1, Lions 4-2, Packers 3-3, Vikings 1-5. The South obviously is us. The NFC East, the Cowboys are leading at 5-1, Giants 3-3, Commanders 2-4, Eagles 1-5, and the West is the Seahawks at 5-1, Rams 4-3, Cardinals 3-3, 49ers 0-6. So that is that. Before we get into stats, I'm curious to see who we lost to, because I could have sworn maybe I checked a different team on accident. I thought I saw him 6-0, so I'm curious to see who it was. Oh, you didn't even it must have been a force L. Maybe it was just a fair sim. Maybe it was a force L. The world may never know, but he has an L. So there's that. He has an L. Which doesn't happen very often. So we will take that when we get it. So let's look at the stats. We'll get the league leaders, and then we'll go over my team. It's gonna be a shorter video. We can't go too in depth because we're 6 games in. We still got a ton of games left. So Passing yards leader is by far the Rams with Joe Milton. He's got 2,500 already. Our touchdown leader is him with 23. Our pick leader is Carl Parker with 14. Who leads the league in sacks? I'm curious about that. Who leads the league in sacks? Joe with 19, probably because he's passing so much. Okay, Bryce is a ways down here. I like to see that. Only 14. He's a decent bit down there. Usually I'm like up there quite a bit. Attempts leader is Breece Hall, 107. I mean, he's been just ground and pound season. Yards leader, Breece is second, unfortunate. Right behind Kendall Boone with 712. Dang, he's getting 8 a carry. That's kind of crazy. Touchdown leader is a 3-way tie with 10 between Breece, Boone, and Ray Stark. Fumble leader, 3-way tie between 3 quarterbacks, CJ, Joe, and Carl. Who leads in broken tackles? J.K. Dobbins. Okay, he's tied. Okay, tied with Breece Hall. Both got 25. Not too bad there. Our receptions leader is A.J. Brown with 45. Our yards leader, also A.J. Brown with 902. Touchdown leader is D.J. Moore. Blocking, who has the most sacks allowed? Okay, a bunch of left tackles. Nothing too interesting there. Sack leader is Dexter Lawrence with 10. And look at this, gentlemen. My man, Derek Brown, is having the best season he's ever had. He's got 9 sacks. He's never had that many sacks on a year. And we are in 6 games in, and my man's got 9 sacks, which is just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What's even crazier is the fact that this man's got 34 tackles for loss. 34. 6 games. 34 tackles for loss. Yeah, don't know what's going on there. Dexter Lawrence is a little too good in this franchise for some reason because second is 14. So almost double. And 6 weeks in is just crazy. Tackle leader, Devin White with 69 tackles. Our interception leader is none other than Jeremy Chin with 6. That 4 interception game will definitely do it for you. And Drew Sanders is the forced fumble leader. Kicking, Rams, he's made everything. Kudos to him. Punting, fantastic. No one really cares about that. There has been a ton of kick return for touchdowns already. There's been 6. None of ours, unfortunately. Any punt returns, there's been 3, really. Mecole, Mr. Thornton, and Marlon Bush. Okay. That is that for the league leaders. Now let's take a look at Bryce Young here. I think he's off to a great start. He's got a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, which is fantastic. He's never had that. So Bryce is off to a great start. I believe he has 0 fumbles too. Yep, 0 fumbles. So he's been off to a very good start. And a couple of those picks I think were just inaccurate throws. I think like 2 of them. There was definitely one last week, and I want to say there was one more like that. I could be wrong. Maybe it was just 1. But either way, 12 touchdowns, 4 picks, I'll take. I will gladly take. We don't have to rely on him as much right now. I mean, there's going to be games where we're going to need him to come up big time, obviously. But at the moment, we're running the ball really well and playing good defense. And it's a recipe for success for me because when I drop back and pass, sometimes I can get a little crazy. I can get a little Brett Favre in. I can start just slinging it like a maniac, and then who knows what happens. Breece has been fantastic. 107 carries for him, 641 yards, only 1 fumble with 10 touchdowns. James has been pretty good, spelling him 53 for 241 and 2. Even Bryce, he's running not too bad. 25 for 177 and 1. Bryce has been pretty good. We had a fullback carry snuck in there already and a couple Devin Red carries when the game's settled. Receiving-wise, Marquise Brown has been great. 23 catches on 387 yards and 4 touchdowns. Pretty big disappointment for Mingo, averaging 30 yards a game. He's kind of been a non-factor. He's dropped some big-time passes. I'm expecting things to change. Mingo has these massive splash games. It just kind of happens like that. That's just how he's been for me at least, where he'll suck for 2 games and all of a sudden he'll go for 150 and 2. So he has the big game potential. Just hasn't hit yet. He's dropped a couple deep passes for us, so little unfortunate, but Marquise Brown's been great. We've had Elijah Moore be very, very good this season, 11 for 248 and 3. Doug's been solid at 17, 224 and 2, not too bad. Even Breece has had some big games, 10 for 152 and 2. He's been great. Chiggs had a couple plays. Ian Thomas had a nice long catch, 35-yarder early on, so Pretty good. I'd like to see a little bit more from Mingo, but from the rest of the guys, I'm happy with, how their workload there. I'm curious to see who's my sack allowed leader. Probably my left tackle. Oh, it's the backup right tackle. That's how bad that guy is. This guy's played like 2 games. Or 3 games. He played 3 games. And he's tied for first. That's pretty embarrassing, buddy. Tackle leader, we got Dre Greenlaw with 43. Our tackle for loss leader is Brian with 11. Our sack leader is Derek Brown with 9, which is just crazy. But this might even be crazier is Devon Hamilton, our other defensive tackle, is second with 6. I don't know. These two, I got 15 sacks from the interior defensive line. Those two have just been fantastic. Hopefully they can keep it up because these two have just been a machine for me. We're getting picks everywhere. Jeremy's got 6, Dre's got 4, Jason 2, Dion, Rick, JC, and Marcus all with 1. Things you love to see. Forced fumbles, we got 3 with Jason, JC, and Jarius Stockton. Don't believe we have any. Oh, yeah, we did. Jeremy Chin got a pick 6. No safeties. We did block a kick, Mr. Staten. The 2 guys we traded for, making plays. 1 blocked kick on an extra point, and then on special teams, forcing that fumble. So even though they're not locked-in starters, those guys are making some plays. Missed 2 extra points and 2 field goals. I think all those were in the wind games when we had, like, crazy wind for the past couple. It was like weeks 4 and 5, I believe, were just mass wind. Kick returns haven't really been able to pop anything there. Devin Red has the longest one with a 29-yarder. James Cook had a nice punt return, though, at 36, so I'm liking James Cook back there and his potential. He hasn't fumbled back there. That's what I like the most. The man has not fumbled back there, which is what we need. We're 18th in offensive yards. We are 5th in defensive yards, which is just great. Points scored 7th, like I said. We're scoring the ball. It's just we're getting short fields. We've only allowed 87 points, which is first in the NFL, which is just great. So I think we're in a good spot. I would love to keep playing this style where I don't have to throw 40 times a game, where I can run it a lot with James and Brees, take my time on offense, play with the lead. This team is not really built to play from behind. I've had teams like that in previous Maddens. My Giants franchise way long ago when I had Darius Slayton as like the best receiver in the league. That team could sling it. If I was in a shootout, I was the perfect team. I had Saquon at a 99 overall. I had Evan Ingram for a while, but then I got rid of him. But Evan Ingram was like almost in the 90s. Darius Slayton was a 99 overall. I had Keenan Allen. I mean, that team was mega stacked on offense, and we had weapons everywhere. So that was a team that could be in a shootout. Or even when I was the Bengals, when I had Mixon at like a high 90s. I had a drafted rookie tight end who was very, very good. I had Jamar. I had not T. Higgins. Who did I have? I had John Ross. I made John Ross a god in Madden on the way back. And that team was built for it. But this team just really isn't. It's kind of, Mingo's good. But at this point in franchise, if your receiving weapons don't have abilities, it's kind of difficult sometimes. They're all good players, but we're what, year 5? We're 5 seasons into this, and I only got 2 players with abilities. 2. And Brees just got it this year. So I've bet all my skilled positions on offense have not had abilities, and it does hinder you when you're going against every corner superstar now, or X Factor. Our defense is littered with X Factors and superstars and stuff. But on the skill position side on the offense, it's not really there. So that added little boost that you get from those is really crucial. And so I think that's where Mingo's struggled a lot, is he just doesn't have like a little ability to help him, or like, maybe he gets the in-out one. So every in and out route, is better at catching, so he doesn't drop those passes. So those little things help, and we just haven't been able to get it. So right now we're built on defense, and run the ball, which it's working this season. It's working really well. We're holding people on average. Our allowed points is 14.5. If you would have told me that coming into this season, I would not have believed you, because we were dead last almost. We were like 30th or 31st in points per game on the defensive side. We were dead last in rush yards. We were bottom 5 in pass yards. We were getting shredded week in, week out, giving up 40 a game. So the turnaround's been great. So we just got to keep it up, play good defense, run the ball, and I think we can get ourselves in good position here. But if you guys enjoyed this video, this went a lot longer than I thought, so I guess that's good. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.